I'm just a soul inside the black body. I'm like a driver driving a car, and all people see is just a car. They can't see the driver. My name is JAFRI KATAGAR ALEXANDER. I'm a proud Australian, like every other Aussie.
Us whites have got just as much right to live on this planet as you guys, okay? You don't fucking love it, leave. Get a fucking job. You're an idiot.
And how's the racism in your country? Fuck off, white cunt!
I used to run for Doncaster Athletics Club, and I was getting to the field with a couple of friends. Someone from the crowd started yelling so loudly, "Gorilla, gorilla!" yelling twice, yelling at me, calling me gorilla. So I just didn't do anything. As a young boy, I was born and grew up in Africa. My mom was a single mom because my father died in 1997. That's a long time ago. I was at school. Somebody called me on the phone and said that your mother passed away. I was at school. I'm like, I couldn't believe my mother could die. Because my mother was like, she was like God. She was my everything. I just didn't believe that she could die. So I just started crying. I cried for almost like 4 years, crying. I have an auntie. She has a friend who lives in Melbourne, and then talk to the friend. Can you please help this boy? The mother passed away. He's suffering, he's not happy and all that. I think after some couple of months, I was able to come to Australia. In 2014, I was racially abused, I was racially harassed and mistreated at the Royal Dental Hospital of Melbourne by a doctor. And then she told one of the assistants, "Oh, look, he doesn't understand English, speak to him." Then she said, "Oh, you're black, you don't understand." And then suddenly she turned over to our computer and started typing. I was thinking, how can I be treated like this in a country I now call home? I complained to the hospital, I went to their website, and like 3 months didn't reply. So I realized they're not gonna reply. So somebody told me, complain to the Health Services Commissioner. So I complained to the Health Services Commissioner and told him I was mistreated, I was racially abused, I was racially harassed. When the hospital completely denied it, nothing happened. So the Health Services Commissioner, because the hospital kept denying that nothing happened, there's nothing they could do. So they decided to close the case. I made this sign and went and stood in front of the hospital. I protested for about like 1 day, second day, and then on the third day, the head of the hospital and another medical staff, they came to me and they said they are sorry for what I've experienced. They started apologizing. That's when I said, okay, there's no need for me to continue protesting at the hospital. So back home, I said to myself, I should now fight racism, because what I experienced at the hospital was racism. There was a time I went to Flinders Street. I was shaking, I was nervous, because I grew up as a shy boy. I said I have to keep doing this because I'm someone who has that never give up mentality. When I want to do something, I do it. Even though I'm nervous, I have to do it. So, you know, and during that time, I was working for a non-for-profit organization in Dandenong. That organization deals with books. So there was a day I came across this book. This book talks about how the world was created, how the universe was created.
Ben, I found the most powerful man in the world is the person who created the universe. And the way he created the universe is through the Big Bang. Something very small exploded and created the universe where we are living now. So we all came from something very, 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 very small. Somebody might think I read the Bible. Somebody might think I read the Quran. But I didn't read any. I didn't read any religion book. This is the book, the science book for children. But it changed me. It took away all my fear. So now I go into industry. I have no fear. When I first started campaigning in the Flinders Street, all the police officers, they have different opinions. Some of them think I have the right to protest, I have the right to campaign, I'm not breaking any law. But there's some other police officers who don't want to see me there. They think it's not okay for me to be there. They want me to go somewhere else. I do try to explain to them that I'm not interfering with the traffic. So they told me, if you cross this mark, I'll give you a fine. So make sure you don't cross these marks. They gave me instructions of how I can be safe. They do support my message, but they want me to be safe. Some police officers told me, you should have a camera for your own security. So I started carrying a camera.
Welcome, go back to Africa.
If you're not happy, go back. This is all bullshit.
Like a month ago, a certain man came to me, and then suddenly he just racial abused me. I told him, please leave me alone, go away. I don't want to talk to you, go away. I was upset, I was really, really upset. Even the people who came after, I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't talk to them well because I was still upset. So I decided to end my campaign. I decided to go home. Then as soon as I was reaching home, I decided to go to bed to sleep. Then I had a dream that is hard for me to explain. There was too much light, too much light. Then went to the cemetery where my father was buried. Went to the cemetery and then the grave opened up. The grave opened up and my father appeared. He was just looking at me. Then suddenly the grave closed. I didn't see him again. I was so happy to see my father. When I woke up from the dream, I realized this happened for a reason. My father's proud of me, and he was telling me that my campaign is my journey. I can't give up. Some people thought, he's just here today, he won't be here again. But I came again. So there are people who come to me there and say, yes, Australia is racist. I tell them, no, that's not my point. Australia is not racist. But racism is just a problem in our society. First of all, I'm here in Australia because of some good, loving, great Aussies. And I wanna keep campaigning and possibly open an organization to fight racism and discrimination. I would like schools to invite me to go and talk to students. I would like organizations to come off and say, we're supporting you. The people who come and encourage me, they tell me, we love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Like yesterday, someone came in, that you've been holding your card for a long time, so I want to give you a massage. So someone just massaging me on the street. People come and hug me. Actually, I think I'm probably the most hugged person in this country. I don't think even the Prime Minister is being hugged like that. I want us to be living like one family in this multicultural society. Otherwise, our society is gonna have more problems. We are born into this world and we don't get to choose the color of our skin or our race as a citizen of this country. And as a human being, I have every right to speak up regarding issues affecting our society. So you don't have to be born here in Australia to be Australian. You don't have to be white to be Australian. You don't have to eat Vegemite or play cricket or have barbecue on the weekend to be Australian. Anybody of any race, of any skin color can be Australian, and I am Australian. I am Australian.